Welcome back to Pottsville, Pennsylvania, as we continue in our first rotation of competition. Some of these athletes are young, not quite this young, but let's get back to the competition. Looks like they're ready for some very liberal scoring of our young competitors here. Loes Lindos from the Netherlands on the uneven parallel bars.
Nice jump over mount. Moving right into her first release move. A little bent leg kick at the bottom there before her Jaeger. She's keeping very good form throughout the rest of her routine. Just a couple of kicks during those release moves. And nice high double layout to finish. Nice solid routine, flowed very nicely.
Let's look at this again.
Right here, watch the bottom of your screen where her legs just kind of do a little kick to get her around. Of course, that's going to be a slight deduction. And here she closes with a nice double layout with a great landing.
And you see her scores 8.85 on the bars. Brittany Habib from Canada.
Another nice round of layout, step out onto the beam.
What are the judges watching? You see all the machinations with the arms and such, but are they watching the legs primarily and the feet and that sort of thing?
They're really watching everything. They're watching arm movements, they're watching legs, they're looking for bent legs, they're looking for that tiny little stumble right there. They're looking for the aggressiveness, for the athlete to go up there and be very aggressive and kind of show the beam that you're the boss. And of course, they're looking for the different elements that are required, such as a 360-degree turn, different leaps, such as this one, and different acrobatic elements. Nice, solid punch front semi. And there's that 360-degree turn that's required that I see so many gymnasts wobble on. And I was one of them for a while.
A little wobble there, that might be a tenth of a deduction.
Yeah, she just didn't get quite the lift that she needed to get up and over and onto her feet.
Time limit on this exercise?
1 minute, 30 seconds. And nice dismount, handspring, double full. This is a pretty nice routine. There were a couple of bobbles here and there, but this was solid as a rock. And here's her dismount, just a little knee flex during her back handsprings.
Well, the judges deducted 13 tenths from a perfect 10, and Brittany Habib underway in the competition with an 8.7. Kayla Hoffman of the United States on the floor.
Kayla was second on floor exercise during the 2005 Parquet Invitational in January. She's a beautiful dancer.
Another event that you saw here on the Comcast network. Also in Pennsylvania. Parquet's in Allentown has sent several athletes to this event, not far from Allentown, where we sit tonight in Pottsville, rather.
Big opening pass, nice high pike full in, a little bit too high. She goes up and over and out of bounds.
The afterburners kicked in there, yeah.
Very powerful athlete. Coming back with a whip, 2.5 twist. She's got that wonderful mix of beautiful dance, leaps, jumps, turns, but also the powerful tumbling moves. Just watch her toe point. She's such a beautiful toe point. Really pays attention to every piece of her body, from her fingertips to her toes.
Dance training part of the regimen for these young athletes?
Absolutely. If it isn't, it should be. But obviously with Kayla, you can see that it is.
Yeah. I saw how she danced into the corner that time, as opposed to just Makes it all seem so natural.
She really does a great job of mixing every element for a great performance. Ending up with a nice high double pike.
Nicely timed for Kayla Hoffman of the United States, competing on the floor and underway in the competition for her.
Here's her first tumbling pass. You can see she goes very, very powerful into a piked full twisting double back. Has a little bit too much energy. And here's her third tumbling pass. Nice high triple full.
And the judges scored Kayla at 8.8. Another competitor from the Netherlands, Verona Vanderler.
Verona, an excellent athlete. Netherlands are very proud of her. She was actually second in the all-around at the 2002 European Championships, right behind Svetlana Horkina. It's a nice quick bar routine. A lot of pirouetting moves right into a full twisting double type dismount. You can see nice high, full twisting double back dismount, big step forward, but overall a pretty nice routine.
And we swing around to the vault. Kristina Gourvanova of Russia.
Nice Yurchenko layout, tiny step on the landing, and of course this is just the building years for these athletes. 13 years old. She'll be working up in the next few years to much more difficult skills. But right now she's working on that good form, keeping her legs together, legs straight.
So Russia has brought across the pond two 13-year-olds and a 10-year-old, who you'll see in just a moment. Gourvanova's score, 8.75. Now to one of the stars of this meet, an accomplished international competitor from China, Zhang Nan.
Zhang Nan, a wonderful competitor, bronze medalist at World Championships and the Olympic Games. Nice high tuck full in to open, and I'm going to be a little critical here. I find that when they walk back into the corner, it's just a little bit sloppy. That's something that you kind of learn when you're a young gymnast that you just don't do. And you can watch in the next couple of tumbling passes and see what I mean.
Obviously a long flight here from mainland China to Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Many of these international competitors are living with some of the residents and the families. Is that what you were talking about, Shannon? There,
that's what I'm talking about, and it just looks a little sloppy. It's not really dancing into the corner. It's not choreographed. It's just kind of walking backwards, and that is a deduction.
It's too mechanical.
And of course, Zhang Nan is an experienced competitor. You can tell by the leaps and the jumps. She's paying attention to a lot of things, just not that.
If it's drawing attention to our eye, then certainly the judges must be noting it in an international competition.
Certainly, but overall, a nice performance, good tumbling, pretty clean landings. And
wonderful to have a star of this caliber here at the Friendship Meet.
Here's one of her tumbling passes. 2.5 twist, punch layout front. And closing out the routine with a nice high double pike. Very nice form in the air. Great finish.
And the high score of the meet so far from the judges, at least on the floor, at 9.05. Now, we're talking about the young competitors from Russia. You can't get much younger than this. 10-year-old Tatina Nabieva.
Such a strong gymnast. Yurchenko tuck, full twist.
Didn't know she was going to make it all the way down the runway. Well, that's nothing. What's the big deal about this?
She just takes everything in stride. You can watch her knees bend a little bit too early, right there. But as she works the laid out position more in the next few years, she'll get better and better.
You do that for fun off of mom and dad's bed at that age. 10-year-old from Russia here. And here's Suzanne Harms of the Netherlands. This will be her only event of the evening. Some of the competitors won't do all 4 rotations. Here on the bars.
Nice high release move, Streljager. And she has had some foot problems. So of course, uneven bars is a pretty good event if you have foot problems. She'll sit out the other 3 events. Very nice bar routine. She flows very nicely from one skill to the next. Great form. Nice high double front dismount.
Suzanne Harms, part of the team here from the Netherlands, born and raised in Amsterdam.
Here she does it. Toe on blind change. Full twist into her Jaeger. Very nice combination. She'll do another toe blind change right into her double front dismount. Opens up a little early for that 1 step backwards.
Suzanne Harms, her score 9.35. Good score for her on the bars. Here is a pepper pot of energy and potential for the future for the United States. Austin Fobes. Little Audrey Hepburn look there with her head tilted back.
Good music to wake up the judges. Such a powerful athlete. Opens up with a double pike. Oh. A little bit too much power, once again, on that opening pass. And that just tells me, hey, she needs to add a full twist to it.
Music sounds like Wonder Woman. She wouldn't know.
Such a tough move to go in your opening pass and have a fall.
Yeah, mentally, right?
She seems to be doing a great job picking that up, moving through the rest of her team, not showing it.
You like this young lady?
I do. I think she's a good performer. I think she's powerful. She's got something about her that really says, you know, hey, I'm going places. Watch me. She really draws attention to herself. Right handspring full punch front.
Very
nice,
solid.
solid.
Yeah. Dancing all the way to the corner. Made it look very natural.
That's right, just preparing for that one last tumbling pass.
Finish strong.
Right hamstring front double fold. Very difficult move, especially that end of her routine.
They say in my business, you always want to start strong and end strong, and that's where she made her 2 mistakes.
And that is so tough on the first event to have 2 falls. That's a lot to climb back from. Here's her opening pass. She does a double pike. A lot of the girls are ending with this pass, and I think she may decide to end with that pretty soon too. A little too much power. And here's her last tumbling pass for handspring front double full.
So a rough and tumble start for Austin Fobes, but we'll continue with the second rotation, the Friendship Classic, when we come back to Pottsville, Pennsylvania, right after this.